What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 3 of our Deadline Dealer little mini series, little challenge mode that we have going here in MLB The Show 19. So a lot of votes for the Reds and the Mariners and the Tigers, but one that stuck out to me was the Mets. I figured I want to try them because they have a team budget of $204 million, which is quite a bit. And, you know, the Reds, we do a lot here with the Reds. The Tigers are my main team, and we've already seen a lot of the Mariners with the Texas Rangers franchise going on. So I figured why not do something a little different, step out of the box here for episode 3. And then episode 4, we can kind of go back to our roots here a little bit. Maybe we'll save the Tigers for episode 4. But so those of you guys that are new here, this trade deadline dealer type of thing, this little mini mode is a challenge mode that I came up with on my lonesome. And basically what this is that we are going to simulate the first half of the regular season, and then after that we're going to reassess the team, who's performing, who's not, and then based on the record, we have to push ourselves over the top in order to reach that yearly goal, which the ownership expectation is to reach the postseason. That's the yearly goal. So that's what we're going to be trying to do with this Mets deadline dealer, is reach the postseason. It's going to be tough. And as you guys will see, for the Marlins, it was finish over 500, which we failed. And then when we look at the Baltimore Orioles, it was finish over 500, and we finished 81 and 81. But I'm still going to give myself credit. I'm going to still give myself a win for that one, even though we finished 81 and 81. It was a really tough one to do. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. It's a good challenge to see if you can actually rebuild and construct a roster that's going to let you win games. So let's get into this thing with the New York Mets. All right, guys, so here we are with the New York Mets. Just taking a look real quick at the roster. What seems to be it's pretty bare bones, guys. It's pretty bare bones. It's not a whole lot going on here for the Mets. They've got a lot of depth type of players in the 70s and the high 70s, and really their best players are in the mid 80s and low 90s, other than Jacob deGrom. Jacob deGrom, obviously their best pitcher. So this is going to be tough. Steven Matz, you know, he's probably not going to be simmed very well, and neither is Zach Wheeler. There's a lot of walks for Zach Wheeler, 66 control, which you guys can see it there. So this is going to be an interesting one, a very interesting one. I would assume that we're going to be keeping deGrom and Syndergaard in order to help us push for that playoff push. It just comes down to everything else. It comes down to everything else and who we're going to get rid of and who's got trade value and who we're going to be able to keep and build around in order to push for the playoffs. But yeah, this is not going to be easy. And I don't know why Robinson Cano is in the AA system. So I'll alter this. I'll make some changes here. But yeah, Judd Lowry, you know, one of those players, 77, I don't think is going to help cut it for us. And this it's going to be really difficult, guys. Holy crap. You guys put the huge challenge on me here. Holy crap. So we're going to have to be probably getting rid of some prospects for players that are going to help us right here and right now. So this one's going to be pretty tough, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Going up against the Braves, Nationals, and Phillies, we should beat up on the Marlins, but nothing is ever a guarantee. In that matchup, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, especially since the ratings for some of these Mets players is a little undervalued, I think. So we're looking at like Jeff McNeil. Like he's the best hitter in baseball right now as far as batting average is concerned. Yeah, his 96 and 85, but he's a 78 overall. Like, that's a little harsh in my opinion. So it's going to be tough. I don't know how we're going to fare in the first half. Hopefully it's decent. Hopefully we're about 500, and then we can kind of push and make some changes into the second half. If we fall well above 500, I don't know if we're going to make the playoffs or reach the postseason, and we are going to have to revamp the entire roster. So guys, just taking a look here, it's pretty crazy, right? When we see the record, geez, all this All-Star game crap, dang almighty. 45 and 46. So we're only one game away from 500. And let's take a look at the standings here. I don't like that view, so let's take a look at the standings. We are, we're 12 and a half games back from first place in the NL East. Okay, well, so let's go ahead and take a look at the wild card, I guess. We are 5 games back from the wild card. So In other words, we have to outperform the Atlanta Braves. We have to outperform the Atlanta Braves. And we are 6 games back from them. No, we're not 6 games back from them. Braves are 6 games back from the Nationals, right? But we're gonna have to here's the thing. We're either gonna have to trade with the Braves in order to kind of knock them down a little bit, or we're gonna have to just flat out be a better team than they are. Let's take a look at the lineups here. Ahmed Rosario hitting 242. He plays good defense. I think you might want to hang on to him there. Brandon Nimmo, 278, 16 home runs. That's pretty decent for a 74 overall player. Jeff McNeil, 316, only 7 home runs though. He's more of a guy that I don't want hitting third. I need him to be hitting leadoff or number 2, so we need to probably get a number 3 type of hitter. Robinson Cano, 292. Conforto, 289 with 13 home runs. That's a good number. Wilson Ramos, 12 home runs, 46 ribbies, 280. Pete Alonso only hitting 227. So the polar bear. What's up, bud? 227. Not gonna cut it. Dominic Smith, 4 home runs, 246. And then Jed Lowry hitting 260. So a couple of positions that I think that probably need to be focused on in order to fix this team up. Obviously, the depth needs to get fixed, but in order to push us over the Atlanta Braves, as far as lineup is concerned, we got a lot of left-handed hitters right here in the middle of the order. Obviously, that's against righties, but then even against lefties here, we have 3 lefties here. So maybe we need to focus on a right-handed bat or a couple of right-handed bats. Ahmed Rosario probably going to be a backup shortstop, in my opinion. So we might want to get a hit shortstop, a guy that's going to be able to hit for average, hit for some power. I'm thinking maybe Francisco Lindor, maybe. We'll see how the Indians are shaping up. But then again, this isn't supposed to be a realistic trading scenario, so even if the Indians are in a playoff chase, I'm still probably wanting to go after Francisco Lindor in order to help us do that. Michael Conforto is fine. Jeff McNeil's fine. Nimmo is fine. Ramos is fine. Pete Alonso, I know I love myself some Pete Alonso. You know, he's a really good player. Maybe he busts out of it, but 61, 66 contact. The 74 power is nice. Maybe we can hit him lower in the order, but you know, if there's a better first baseman that is able to give us what we want in order to help us, I think we might have to consider it. Does Alonso play any other position? He doesn't. All right, pitching numbers. Jacob deGrom balling out, 165, 103. Syndergaard, 309, 12. And then we got Zach Wheeler, who's 2-8, and Steven Matz, who's 4.8 ERA at 7-8, not good enough. Irvin Santana, 6-5. Jason Vargas, 6-4 with a 3.6. Justin Wilson. So the back end of the bullpen seems like it's an issue. 5 ERA for Lugo. Seawald at a 3.1. Familia, not doing too bad. Avilan, 1.8. And Edwin Diaz with a 3.94. How many saves does Edwin Diaz have? He has 22 saves right now, so that's not terrible. So obviously the back end of the pitching staff from 3 to 5, and then the bullpen needs a major rehaul. So that's our goal, guys. Let's get right into the trades. So guys, I don't think we're going to be able to get Lindor, even though I'm just kind of going crazy here with the offer. So Lindor is not going to happen, unfortunately. We're going to have to make a lot of things change, and I'm not about that. So the guy that I actually like, and the guy that we're actually going to consider here, not Tim Anderson, even though he would be pretty decent, we are actually going to consider, and I'm just kind of looking over just to make sure that I didn't miss anybody that I want to look after, but we are going to consider Trevor Story. And we look at his numbers here, 87 contact, and look at the power numbers. So that's going to be an instant, immediate fix in our offense. And you know what? He can even play third base, which might be a better fit for him in case he moves over for Jed Lowry over there. So we've got 18 doubles, 20 home runs, 62 ribbies. The only question is how is Trevor Story going to do in a bigger ballpark? You know what I mean? He's only played in Colorado. He's put up some pretty good numbers out there in Colorado. What's the transition going to be like in Citi Field? I don't know. but I really like this move. I think it makes sense for us, and we're going to go ahead and pull the trigger here, but we are giving up a little bit. And obviously with this mode, I understand that this is not a trade that I would even consider in a franchise mode, giving up a big time prospect like Jimenez and Gavin Cecchini. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this in a real franchise mode, but because of the game mode that we're doing, the little challenge that we're doing, we are pulling the trigger here, and we're getting Trevor Story in as our primary shortstop here for the New York Mets. So that's an instant, immediate upgrade at the shortstop position over Ahmed Rosario, who's only got 8 and 24, hitting 242. So obviously, I like what we just did with getting Trevor Story. Now the question is do you shift Trevor Story over to third base if you want Ahmed Rosario to be your primary shortstop? If you look at the defensive numbers, 58 fielding, 68 arm strength. Where's Trevor Story at? He's a better shortstop defensively. So even Ahmed Rosario and what we know in real life he offers is some pretty decent defense, maybe he's just a bench guy. So when looking at a guy to replace Jed Lowry here at third base, Lowry's in kind of a comfy spot there. He's hitting 260, hitting 351, so it's not terrible like I mentioned, but I thought that we could do a little bit better. But everything that I looked for a third baseman that could possibly be better than that either was way too tough to get, like Manny Machado, Justin Turner, even Eduardo Escobar is not playing too hot at 222. So it just didn't seem to make a lot of sense to kind of move on from Jed Lowry there and even try to get Eugenio Suarez, who is actually hitting, 274, 20 bops. So it's tough because you try to get a guy like this, but you can't complete it because of budgetary constraints. So you might have to consider moving on from some of the guys that are making a ton of money, which would be like Todd Frazier. So we want to actually go ahead and get rid of Todd Frazier. Maybe that'll help in trying to get Suarez. I'm actually going to try to go ahead and consider that. So let's see what we can get for Todd Frazier and move on from him. Here's a trade that actually makes some sense. It's kind of funny because it's within division, but they're wanting to give up Yangervis Solarte as 69, and we're actually saving a ton of money. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's pull the trigger there, and we've now got Yangervis Solarte. Where is he? He's right there, and he's a decent player, guys. He hasn't even played all season long, but he would be a nice little bench option that we could get up here to help us out. I think that he's actually taking a hit in the morale with the rating. Yep, he should be a 269 if he's up in the major leagues, which would help us just a touch at the middle infield, corner infield spots. There we go. So Ronnie Mauricio. Got to do it, guys. Got to do it. We're giving up a shortstop, second base, and a third baseman for Eugenio Suarez. It's a winning move. It's a winning move. Like I said, it's not a trade that you would even consider doing in a franchise mode if you're trying to keep it realistic. But that's not what this mode is. We're trying to make the playoffs with this team. So let's go ahead and move on from the prospects and get Eugenio Suarez in a Mets uniform. All right, so here's the trade that I think I like that would help us out. Is Piscotty for a couple prospects and a relief pitcher. We're getting rid of J.D. Davis as well. Steven Piscotty coming on over here for the New York Mets. And this is only because we have to make this move, I feel like, because Piscotty can help us out in left field due to Yoenis Cespedes' injury. Now, remember, Cespedes is out for 1 to 2 months. I'll have to check and see how long he's actually out for. But, even then, he's doing pretty good. He's doing pretty decent. Not a lot of power, though, with 4 home runs, 260 batting average. We've already got that with Piscotty hitting 19 home runs at a 242. So obviously he takes a little bit of a dip there with average and OBP, but still a good player that the computer loves in simulation. I think that we're close to being finished up. Our offense has changed quite a bit. We still have Ramos, Alonso, and oh, by the way, Piscotty can play backup first base, so that helps. Cano, McNeil, Suarez, Lowry, Story. I like it. I like the offense right now. I think that it's going to help us out, but now we need to focus on back end of the pitching staff and the bullpen. So I'll see you guys when we start making some more trades to fix that stuff up. This one kind of hurts, trading away Jason Vargas He's pitching pretty decent at a 3.6 and a 1.36. 90 innings so far this season for us. He's 6-4. So, although he's simming well, you do have to get rid of this player because he's making $8 million. It's hurting us big time. And he's a 70 overall. We could get Marco Estrada at a 75, and he is pitching better than Jason Vargas at 108 innings with a 3.2 and a 1.27. He's 5-5. This move, it will be made, and Marco Estrada is now a New York Met. And this one's kind of funny, but we are moving on from Hector Santiago. He's got $2 million on the books. We are trading him for basically nothing and just trying to shave and save some salary. Now this one could be the best bang for our buck though. We're upping our salary by $1 million if we acquire 2 more players for Jed Lowry. To me, this is the no-brainer deal. Kenta Maeda and Joe Kelly. Yes, give that to me right here, right now. Okay, so take a look now, guys. We have DeGrom, Syndergaard, Wheeler, Maeda, and Matz as your starting 5. That helps out a ton. And then when we look at our bullpen, it's Familia, Avilan, Joe Kelly, Sewald, and Lugo. That's pretty decent. Pretty decent. Perfect, guys. This is awesome. We can get Marcus Stroman here for Zach Wheeler and Estrada. So we're saving some more money because we did trade for him because he had that B potential. And yeah, so we basically flipped Jason Vargas, got Marco Estrada by saving some money now, and now because he's got that B potential, it's helping us net us Marcus Stroman. So when we look at the starting pitching staff, it will be DeGrom, Syndergaard, Stroman, Maeda, and Matz. And we're also getting rid of some salary here, so we might be able to swing another deal to get another starting pitcher. So let's get Marcus Stroman in here. And he's actually pitching really well in sim right now, guys. 11-5, 2.75, 1.12. I like this trade. Plus, he's born in New York. Let's go. This is a trade that I'm definitely going to do, guys. We're going to be acquiring Chris Archer for Conlon, Gesellman, and Shervian Newton. Got to do it. This is your lineup, guys. Right-handed pitchers against no DH. McNeil, Nimmo, Story, Suarez, Conforto, Ramos, Piscotty, Alonso. That is your starting 8. And then your pitcher, Syndergaard, right there. That's who's starting in our next game against the Miami Marlins. Left-handed pitchers, no DH. McNeil leading off. Piscotty, Story, Suarez, Ramos, Nimmo. I think it's the same thing as the left-handed. Nope. Piscotty and Nimmo got swapped between the handedness of the pitcher. So I think this is a pretty darn good lineup now. It's a lot better than it was. So let's go ahead and now simulate. And we've already talked about the pitching rotation: DeGrom, Syndergaard, Stroman, Maeda, Archer, and then the bullpen with Kelly, Avilan, Familia, Diaz, Justin Wilson. It's a lot better. So let's go ahead and simulate, guys, into the second half of the season. Hopefully we make the playoffs. Guys, look at this. Look at this, what's happening right now. We're 69-53. We're winning games. I like what we're doing here. I'm going to give you guys an update here at the end of August to what is happening with our team. Look at this winning streak right now, and then beating Atlanta. I like what's happening here, guys. Let's go ahead and stop right here and see just an update. We're 79-55 right now. We are absolutely killing it. We're 2 games out of the Nationals for the National League East division. Look at the ranks right now where we're at. Second. We're the second team. Second in contact. Third in power. First in pitching. I don't know if that's saying we're second in the entire major league, or if that's saying like we're literally second place in the AL East. But take a look at the standings real quick, guys. We're 2 games out. The Braves have fallen off a map. They're 7 games out now. Yeah, we're second. We're ranked second in the entire major leagues. Wow. Woo! We did some awesome rebuild job right there. Holy crap. Let's take a look at the wild card. We are tied with the Braves for the wild card. And just get an update. So DeGrom 16-5 now. Now that he's got a defense behind him, he's got offensive support. Things are happening with this team that it's like, whoa, holy crap. Look at the depth now. Look at that depth. Kenta Maeda up to an 84 overall. He was a 79 when we traded for him, guys. He has a 267, a 109. He's 14-3. Stroman, 14-8. Trevor Story, 31 home runs. Wow. Suarez, 32 home runs. Oh, man, this is great. This is great. Chris Archer has now, he's still struggling a little bit at a 5 ERA with a 1.4. But, guys, this has been everything that I was hoping that it would be. 319 batting average for Jeff McNeil. Conforto still hovering around that 276 mark. Steven Matz hitting a hot streak here. Oh, he's actually put down into AAA. Dude, I think that was probably due to Cespedes coming back. Let's actually see how Cespedes is doing here. 261. He's still got 4 home runs, 16 ribbies. So that might be, he's not playing maybe. That might be what's happening. But Steven Piscotty hitting 256. He's got 25 home runs now, 331 OBP. So he's upped his batting average. His OBP has also gone up. I think we're doing awesome things here for the Mets. And then Cespedes actually tears. Jeez, I hate all that notification system. All right, so we're kind of hitting a little bit of a rough spot here, but then those nice wins against the Dodgers and the Reds, and then, oh, yes! 96-66. We were one of the best teams. Oh, wait, whoa. Yes, I would like to stop simulating. No. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, okay, we made the wild card. I thought that was a one-game playoff. Holy crap. Okay, so we made it. We didn't win the division. The Nationals went 162, but we came 4 games back. But we went 96-66, guys. That's nothing to scoff at. We tied with the Cubs. We took that team. It was 1 game under 500. Let's just think about that real quick. We took a team that was 1 game under 500, and we upped them. We went plus 31 in the second half. We went plus 31 in the second half to go 30 games over 500. Crazy. We didn't even make that many moves, I didn't think. The Dodgers went 108-54. That's insane. Unlucky, though, for the Rockies, there were 24 and a half games back. They just could not get it done. Even they went above 500. The Giants, though, 64-98. That sucks. But oh man, it was close. It was close. The Rockies could have made it. They could have surpassed the Braves, but we have to take them on in the 1-game playoff, guys. And let's just go ahead and sim and see how we fared. Let's see if we would have advanced anyway. Jacob deGrom, 18-8 against Max Fried. Come on, win. We lost. Unreal. We lost. Oh well. I think we did a really great job. Let's look at the awards real quick. Rookie of the Year, Pete Alonso. And National League MVP, postseason MVP, I should say. The most valuable player in the league was Cody Bellinger. Cy Young was Max Scherzer. Garrett Cole wins the Cy Young. Let's just keep looking at the National League here real quick. Juan Soto, Kenley Jansen, Pete Alonso hit 22 home runs, 241, so I'm glad we did not get rid of him. Just taking a look at some other players that won some awards for us in that Mets pinstripes. Gold Glove Award winner, Eugenio Suarez, Miguel Rojas, Corey Dickerson, Jared Dyson, Vincent Bumgarner, Silver Slugger Awards. Aha! See, guys, Adam Frazier is a boss. You go trade for him. He's cheap. You can go get him cheap. Suarez wins a Silver Slugger. So it seems like Suarez was the guy to really put us over the top this season. We'll go over some statistics and see how everybody did to finish out the year. We already saw Pete Alonso, 241, 22 homers. So he had himself a great season. Jeff McNeil surpassed Robinson Cano in the overall ranking. He finished the season with 326, 13 home runs. That's some good numbers for Jeff McNeil. Cano, 8 home runs, 275. Suarez, let's see how many home runs he got. He hit 39 home runs. That's his career high in Citi Field, right? That's crazy. Hit 294. It's another career high, 365. It's crazy. He had a great season for us. Trevor Story, 35 home runs. So it didn't seem to matter. Coors Field or Citi Field, it didn't seem to matter. 243, 337. Awesome numbers for him. Ahmed Rosario played himself up to a 245, 8 home runs, 25 ribbies. Kind of got a little bit of a hit there in the RBI totals, but that's because he was more of a bench role type player then. And then Cespedes got hurt once more. Finished the season with 258. Brandon Nimmo, 303. That's huge for Brandon Nimmo. 28 home runs. Really helped that we put him lower in the batting order because of the players that we acquired. Juan Lagares with limited action here, only 33 games, 227 batting average. Not too bad. And then Michael Conforto had a lot of pluses there at 278, 24 home runs, 98 ribbies, 377 OBP. So I love the fact that Conforto gets on base quite often. And then Piscotty, love to see what he was going to do. Hit 28 bombs. That's a career high for him. So again, we acquired players that had career high seasons. And I think it's just got to do with the right mix of players that when you put the lineup together, it just seems to work. So we did a great job fitting the Major League roster with better hitters, and it pushed us over 30 games above 500, guys. So when we look at Jacob deGrom, let's see how the pitching staff did. 198, 104, 18-8 for Jacob deGrom. Syndergaard. Sorry, let's get to the starting pitching. Syndergaard, 329, 124, went 13-11, so he did go positive. Marcus Stroman probably had a better team behind him. 17-8. 17-8. And from New York, of course, he's wanting to pitch really good for his hometown team. 305, 122. And then Maeda got a huge jump to an 84. He had a season ERA of 2.69 and a 1.12, 15-4. So we had what? 2 guys with single-digit losses for pitching, 17-9. This is a big time 4 right here. Maeda, Stroman, Syndergaard, deGrom. That's a pitching staff, guys. That's a pitching staff. Chris Archer went 11-11, and then when you get a number 5 guy that goes like this, that gives you a 500 record, that's pretty good. 4.91, 1.41. Not the greatest season of his career, but he did a job. He did a job for us. Awesome stuff. I'm not going to go over the pitching staff for the relievers here. Even though Joe Kelly went 7-3, I thought that was a nice number. Let's just actually see the save totals for Edwin Diaz at 44, and then Justin Wilson got up to an 84 too. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm not going to go too much into that. I think that we did some awesome things for the Mets. Leave a like if you like this thing, guys. I'm glad that this worked out. I didn't think that was going to be possible. Reaching the postseason with the New York Mets, but we did it. We did it. Leave a like if you like this thing. I'll see you guys in the next one, the next Deadline Dealer, later on this week. I'll see you guys then. As always, peace.